Greetings, Arizona Title I educators. My name is Anne, and I am the Communications and Culture Pass Manager for Act 1. And today I am going to be taking you through how to navigate our in-person field trip calendar. So to begin, we are going to navigate to act1az.org right here. You can see at the top on your browser. Next, we are going to click on in-person field trips here at the top and drop down to field trip calendar and click on that. So here is our in-person field trips page. We're going to go ahead and scroll down. Here's some information about our field trips, about Title I qualifications, as well as being located within 60 miles or less of the field trip location, which I'll get into in a moment, as well as some information about busing and ways to contact our field trip manager. So here we go. We are at our field trip calendar. You'll have a look that you can see there's no current experience viewable, meaning we don't have any field trips in September. So what we're going to do up here is we're going to click on this drop-down menu up here that currently says month. We're going to click this little arrow next to it and click the word list. So we're going to go to the list view, all right? So next, it's going to show us our first field trip available. Now, let's say we live in Tucson. We are a teacher in Tucson. That means we, unfortunately, are not able to go to Phoenix Symphony Hall because it is more than 60 miles away. So we are going to go to the left here under Filters and select City. So we're going to expand by pressing the little plus button, expand that. And then we're going to go and scroll down here to where it says Tucson. So we're going to click on Tucson. Awesome. So here we go. This is going to be the first field trip available currently in Tucson is going to be November 4th. All right. So let's see. I'm a fourth grade teacher. Let's just say hypothetically, I'm a fourth grade teacher. So I'm going to go down to, again, on filters on the left, and I'm going to click on fourth. So now here is a list of all the fourth grade appropriate field trips in Tucson for the upcoming school year. You can see it's organized in date order. Next, let's say I want to really focus on a specific curriculum area: math, science, STEAM, visual art, dance. I am an art teacher, and I really want my students to get exposed to some visual art this year. So I'm going to select visual art. So here you can see at the top left, my three filters are selected: Tucson, visual art, fourth grade. And I can see my offerings here are a self-guided tour of the Mini Time Machine Museum, which is one of our new partners this year. And then in February, look, we have a live in-person performance at the Fox Tucson. So there's a couple options actually. So that is pretty cool. So let's go back and see how we might book a field trip. So I am going to say, let's do this November 4th Mini Time Machine Museum. That looks really cool. So again, fourth grade, that's me right here. 56 seat count. That's how many people can fit in that field trip. Luckily, my class is only 30 kids, so that will work. Looks incredible, so I can't wait to take my kiddos on this trip. So down here, you will see a button that says Request a Field Trip. That's going to be at the bottom of the page on the left. So here we have the details of the event, the arrival, the start, seat count, grade level, etc. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to click on Request a Field Trip, and that is going to take me to the in-person field trip request form. This is something that you can start and save for later. So if you don't know the answer to one of these questions, totally okay. Bookmark this up here. You can right-click it and, you can drag it onto your bookmark bar. And that will allow you to come back to it later as long as you click Save My Progress and Resume Later up here at the top. You will put in your contact information, whether you're a teacher, principal, parent, or PTO member, your percentage of Title I at your school, as well as the percentage of students of color. If you do not know this information, your front desk office or even your cafeteria folks might know the answer to this since it's part of their job. We also have some other information about busing here. As I mentioned earlier, we do give priority to requests that have secured district busing. We do reimburse your district 100% of the cost of that district busing, but it is much simpler for us to get your field trip request confirmed if you are able to secure the district busing ahead of time. So before you submit this final version, go ahead and reach out to your district bus folks and see if you have a potential for getting a bus or two for your kiddos for that day. That is another good reason to go back and save later. So once you figure that out, you can. I will be using district buses. I need Act 1 to book a charter bus, which again, district buses will get you fast-tracked to confirmation. Charter buses are more difficult for us to secure. And then, of course, if you are very close to the location or are a small classroom, sometimes they use personal vehicles or vans or walk and take public transportation. So here we will need to know how many buses you will need if you do not have the ability to secure district busing, and that is going to be 58 3rd through 12th graders or 85 pre-K through 2nd graders per bus. So you'll calculate how many buses you'll need based on that information. And then here's going to be some of the information that you will input about the field trip, how many students, how many chaperones, etc., whether you have any accommodations that you need. And then, of course, down here is information about whether you would like to hear from us again via newsletter, and then if you would like to hear from us about Culture Pass, which is our public-facing program. So once you have input all that information, especially the district busing, you can hit submit, and at that point our field trip manager will have your request in his queue and we'll get to it hopefully soon. Thank you so much, and if you have any questions about this video or the field trips, go ahead and head to our field trip page, in-person field trip page, and you will notice here there is a button that says contact our field trip manager. So if you have any additional questions, go ahead and reach out, or you can also check out our field trip FAQ right here, our list of frequently asked questions. That might be able to answer your questions as well. Thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you on an Act 1 field trip.